Roulis, the Naughty Boy, a story about the protection of the environment written by the students of Class D of Primary School of Livadero.
Once upon a time, there was a 10-year-old boy whose name was Roulis. He lived in a village 10 kilometers far away from the big city. Roulis was in the 4th grade of primary school. He was very naughty and he wasn't listening to anyone. He was making noise and was destroying things. At school, he was throwing rubbish and was cutting trees or flowers. Roulis always did what he wanted and he wasn't listening to anyone. One day, he went on a trip to a lake and over there he did some damages. His teacher told him,
"If you don't realize the damages you do, think of the trees."
Unfortunately, he didn't listen to anyone. The only thing he did and liked a lot was that he was sitting in front of a laptop and he was downloading photos from all over the world. One day, when his parents were at work, Roulis left the water running. The house was full of water, and when his parents came back, his mother, furious, told him,
Roulis, what happened?
Mommy, I forgot the water running.
You are always destroying things. Go to your room.
So, Roulis went to his room feeling sad. Sunday was the next day. Roulis' family and some of his friends and relatives decided to go to the forest. While they were playing football, suddenly he started destroying a few small trees of the forest and throwing rubbish everywhere. Then Dad saw them and said,
"Hey, don't throw rubbish or destroy the forest."
Later, they returned home and Mom, furious again, said to Roulis,
I'm fed up with you. Go to your room.
Roulis went to his room crying, turned on his laptop and started seeing photos from his favorite places. He thought for a while and said,
That's it. I'm fed up. Everyone is yelling and shouting at me. I'm leaving.
So he packed his school bag and started the journey he always wanted to make in order to see new places and live his adventure. Roulis left home and went to the forest. While he was walking suddenly, he heard some animals talking about the destruction that careless man caused to the forest. On the road, he found a female squirrel with her children, which were looking for a new home. Roulis stopped the mother squirrel and asked her,
Hey, where are you going?
I'm going to find a new home.
She answered.
Why? What happened to you?
The people destroyed our home, the forest, and we don't know where to go.
Roulis was sad with all that he heard and thought what he did the previous days. It got dark. Roulis took a blanket and tired, fell asleep under a tree. That night he saw his first dream. He dreamed a turtle and a rabbit walking and talking to each other. The turtle pointed with its finger, Roulis, and told,
Mr. Rabbit, this is the one who tried to break my shell.
Yes, he is the one who was making noise and didn't let the animal sleep.
What? I am the only who did all these things.
He answered angrily.
Yes, you.
And the rabbit pointed him again with its finger.
You who are spoiled and you destroy the forest.
Suddenly, he woke up, scared, and thought seriously all those things that the two animals told him in the forest. The next day, Roulis continued his journey. He was walking for many hours until he reached the city. He saw the first block of flats.
Wow!
He said.
I am in a city.
While he was walking along the streets, he saw huge buildings, cars racing fast, and children and people throwing rubbish everywhere. He didn't know where to go and how to cross the road. An hour later, he felt tired. It got dark and he had to sleep. He found a park and a bench. He lied on the bench, but he was feeling a bit scared because he was alone and he missed home. In the end, he fell asleep and saw the second dream. He dreamed that he was talking to two dirty rats and a homeless dog, Jack.
Hey, who are you?
He asked.
We are the animals of the city.
They answered.
And why are you so dirty?
He asked them again.
We are dirty because of the fumes and the air pollution.
Do you like being here?
Roulis asked.
Of course not. The people here are throwing rubbish and we can't leave.
He's right. My friend Jerry drowned last month because of the rain. There was too much water in the streets and he was trapped. But what can we do? You people don't understand that we are dying slowly with all those bad things you do.
Roulis immediately woke up full of sweat. Being sad for one more time, Roulis left the city and headed for the beach. Over there, he found a man and asked him where to find a boat.
You can take my boat if you want.
The man said. Roulis thanked him and continued his journey. During his sailing, he found a seagull and talked to it.
You are one of the monsters who pollute the sea.
Who? Me? I'm only a kid.
He replied.
Yes, people like you pollute the sea and throw rubbish into the sea. My friends, the sea turtles, eat the plastic bags and die. Ask the turtle to tell you.
That moment, a turtle that was listening to their conversation showed up and said,
Yes, it is true. The seagull is telling the truth. Write on my shell to take you on a ride to see all those things for yourself.
So he rode on its big shell and continued his journey. During his ride, he saw rubbish into the sea and on the beaches. Further down, he saw plastic bags and soaps.
Wow! What are all these things? Who did this? The people?
He asked.
Yes, the people who don't care about us and the environment.
The turtle said. And that moment Roulis remembered last summer when he went with his parents on holidays. He was throwing rubbish and plastic bags or stones to the seagulls. Feeling sad once again, he thought that nobody should throw rubbish in the sea, plastic bags or even oil.
Now I understand.
Roulis said. The sea turtle smiled and reached the beach. Roulis dismounted from the shell and said,
Thank you for everything. I'll go back home and tell my friends all about my adventures and what I've seen.
Finally, Roulis decided to return to his home and started hoping for a better future. It got dark and he saw his house and the garden from a distance. He saw his mom sitting outside.
Mom?
He shouted.
Roulis, is that you? You have come back.
And he hugged his mother.
Where have you been? Me and your dad were so worried about you.
Then his dad showed up. He hugged him and they all went inside. Roulis sat in front of the fireplace and narrated everything he saw, everyone he met and everything he learned from his adventure. Feeling tired, he hugged his mom and said,
Sorry, Mom and Dad. From now on, I will be a good boy. I promise that I will protect the environment. I won't do damages or throw rubbish. I will love the animals and the plants.
Well done, Roulis. Tomorrow we are going to school and tell all those things to your classmates.
Lying in his bed, Roulis closed his eyes and waited to go to school.